Right then, so I've just mixed up these lovely colours. Look at these. Scarlet Lake, Quinnan, Cinnamon Gold, Orange Lake, Indian Orange, Yellow Deep Lake, Cadmium Yellow, Deep, Auroralin, that is like a lemon yellow I think, and a titanium white, and I've labelled them all out because I need to see how they look on the canvas in a moment. So yeah, here's the canvas. So the idea is to be working on this red area and making it a bit more subtle. I started red because it needs to be a bit over the top to start, and then I get more subtle with it basically. So now I'm going to mix a bit of colour, so get a little bit of the paint medium onto the palette, and then just, yeah, let's have a look at some of these colours. Oh, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful colours. Yeah, I do like this Quina Crimonian orange or whatever it's called. I rather like that. So I think I might get a bit more into this. It seems to be darker. Yeah, it's a lovely colour, and maybe mix in. Well, yeah, it's quite nice with that one, isn't it? With the Orange Lake. So maybe it's mixing in the Orange Lake or a bit of the Indian Orange. Now, what I noticed was that the tone of it was too dark to make much difference. So immediately went lighter and actually added some titanium white to this, just so that I can go lighter. And then I can begin to bring in some other colours. So maybe the Indian. No, so it needs to be a little bit more orangey. That's rather nice. So that looks nice on the palette, but then what about on the canvas? How's it going to look on the canvas? Yeah, that's nice, still a bit too bright. So then we need to actually find this mixture between the brightness and the slightly darker quinoline. Great, so here's the quinoline, or whatever it's called, and I've now got my gloves on because as I begin to paint, it tends to get more messy. So I need to basically now mix the mix these two together. And so it's like, do I mix that into that or that into that? That's the question. So let's try this. That's quite interesting, isn't it? So now we've got this gradation from light to mid to dark to very dark. So then I can now try this on the canvas. Ah, look at that. That's pretty damn good. So this is always the subtlety that I'm looking for in paint, and you can see it is so subtle, but that is what you need. And so then once you've worked out what that is, then you have to mix more to try and match that particular colour. Now I've gone a bit the wrong direction because I really need to mix it around here, so I need to match that over here. So probably picking up quite a lot of the Orange Lake, which is really nice, and then adding to that. Now a lot of people use palette knives for this. I've never really bonded with palette knives. I just prefer using paintbrush. It's quicker and I can quickly adapt the colour as I'm working on it. So yeah, it's probably still a little bit light. Okay, so I can actually see this is actually pretty good. I like this colour. So now it's really a matter of just beginning to fill in fill in some areas with this lighter touch, and yeah, getting a sense for whether it is the right tone. It doesn't really matter if it's the wrong tone. You know, painting is progressive, and it's really just moving it forwards all of the time. And yeah, that's the joy of painting, you know, trying things out, trying new things. So I'm going to keep working on this for a little while. Right, so here is where I've got to so far, which is interesting. Now, one of the things that is very useful as a painter is actually a mirror. So a mirror can actually allow you to see things kind of without the prejudice of your presumptions about it. So that's in the mirror, and then I look at the original. I really like that. Now, obviously, this is going to need more work, but that gradation is really nice. I like that. And what I love about oil painting as well is that every layer is just builds on the character of the painting. So you can't really get it wrong. You just keep layering it up, and the painting develops. Okay, so now the next thing I want to do is to move over to this side. So when I started this painting, this was going to be the wood into the hill. But basically I felt that it interfered with the composition. So I'm going to now paint this out, paint out the white sky and the gradation behind it, and that should balance the painting a bit more. There's actually also a little bit up in the top corner here, which I'm also going to paint out. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do next. Right, so I've been working on this painting a bit more now. You can see some of these gradations taking place, and they're you know, it's not about being perfect, but it's about trying to get these ideas. So like over here, for instance, I've been exploring how the trees go up the hill, and then how that complements with this side, and then exploring the different tones and the vibrancy, and then how the light moves between the bleached out areas and the foliage of the plants, and then also getting the right hue. So yeah, it's gradually coming together. So now the next thing I think I'm going to work on is the light behind the tree. I deliberately left this just as raw size canvas at the moment. I often do this. If there's a part of the painting that I know is going to require a lot of attention, then I don't get in there too early, because I know it's going to require just dedicated thought and experience, and patience, and also to make sure that the tonality around it is correct. So now I have I'm quite happy with the tonality that surrounds it. So now I can go in here and begin to explore how I'm going to create the luminous light on this tree. Right, so yeah, I've been working a bit more on this light now in the middle of the painting. So yeah, it's quite a pivotal moment in the painting. And like I said, I was glad that I did the preliminary work on the painting, because this immediately changes the whole dynamics of the tones and the hues in it. It's not quite there yet, but it's very interesting. It's yeah, it's just an exploratory process really, and think I'm gonna just enjoy this now for a few hours and then probably get back to it later this evening.